Have you been wondering how to get started with Google Classroom? Not sure where or how to start? In this video, you're going to learn how to set up your class, get your students logged in, and upload assignments, plus a little more. To create a class, you will need to go to your waffle. Click on Google Classroom and look in the top right-hand corner for the plus sign. This is where you will add each class, and this is the same place that your students will add themselves into your class. They can be in as many different classes as possible, even for the same teacher. The next step will be to create a class name for each individual class. This one will be my test class for the video. I personally labeled my classes by the blocks in which I have them, block 1, block 2, etc. You will also be able to use this to change the color for each class, and this personally helps me keep them separate. You're going to change the room number, etc. The second step is to find your class code. You're going to find this up in the top left-hand corner near your class name. You can see how you would make this larger within a classroom, but for distance learning, you would just screenshot it or email the class code to each class. You will have a different class code for every single class that you make. Another step you may want to do is adjust the comment settings. You will need to decide if you want to allow your students to comment or not. With this setting turned off, you can still assign a post that will be commented on, but this applies to all posted assignments. This setting is up to you, and the last setting is the grading setting. A student will add themselves to your class by using the class code the same way that you created your class, by clicking on the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. You can add students on your own, but truly this can be a mess and it involves a lot of typing. You also can add a co-creator or a co-teacher, like a paraprofessional, in the same area that you would add your students by typing them in. The 4 tabs of your classroom are your stream. This is going to be your most recent activity. Your classroom, this is where you're going to add work for your students. The people, these are your actual class members, paras, etc. And then your grades. You're going to be able to see each individual class grade in this tab. One of my favorite features of Google Classroom is that you can add assignments, activities, voice notes, videos directly from your Drive or within a link. This is very important to know that when you make a resource, like physically make it, or even maybe borrow one or pay for one, you should always keep a master copy of your resource, because when you want to assign something to your students, you're just going to make a copy of that resource. And there are a ton of other tutorials of how to do this, but it's pretty simple, and you do that within Drive. That way your master template can be reused over and over and over. So now you want to assign classwork. Here are a few things you're going to want to put in your mind. You can have multiple classes and decide which classes get which assignments. This eliminates uploading and retyping for similar classes. You can assign things to everyone in the class or certain students. Can I say great differentiation? If you want to grade an assignment, assign a point value. Due dates and instructions are optional, as well as adding a rubric. You can schedule assignments, assign them right away, or you can save them as drafts for later. A great way to organize each class is to create class topics. It is almost like making different folders for your students to be able to access their assignments quickly. I have decided what works best for my class is making a topic into a date, but this is totally up to you. You could make one for math, one for science, writing, reading, etc. It's totally versatile. Some things you can assign to your students digitally are tests and quizzes. You can make these yourself, or you can even buy pre-made items on Teacher Pays Teacher. This goes for everything. Interactive graphic organizers, writing assignments, questions, your options are endless. So like I said, when you want to assign a physical assignment, you're going to choose either student can view this file. This is only if you want them to view the file, and this may be more material than an assignment. You might click student can edit file. This is if you want them all to edit and type one. That would be like a collaborative file. And finally, make a copy for each student. This is going to make each student their own editable copy of a document so that they can type and interact with it before turning it in. This is the one I use the most. Class discussions are possible in Google Classroom. You can post a question in the classwork tab and have students comment on that thread. You can also assign interactive slides. Make sure that they make the tab say student can edit files for everyone to collaborate with. Quizzes, tests, and exit tickets are also something available in Google Classroom. You will use Google Forms for this and can select templates for a blank quiz, exit tickets, assessments, and much more. You can create tests and quizzes that are multiple choice, short and long answers. It can go on and on. Make sure you create the key so it will self-grade it. You can attach so many things to your classroom assignments: files, anything from your device, voice notes, links to YouTube videos, website links. You get the picture. You can even use Loom to record your own video of you teaching and then attach that link to your assignment. Parents are able to receive email summaries showing their student progress. I haven't quite figured this out, but I know it is a possibility and I'm working on it. They can be sent out daily or weekly, but you have to invite them to accept this within an email. Like I said, still trying to figure this one out. To be honest, this video could go on forever because Google has so many neat features, but for now, do some exploring and see how Google Classroom can best benefit your students.